Manape is powerful, close-range bruiser with pride, aggression, and hunter mindset. Draco is weakened from Lord of Darkness status to dangerous vampire noble with limited magic. Power is loud, impulsive, and bloodthirsty. Absolutely convinced she's the main character. Kinger is anxious, scattered, and somehow occasionally insightful. Dog Welder 2 is insanely silent and hard to predict. Nemesis enters alone. He's slow, heavily armored, and relentless. Tanya, the tactical, ruthless, and airborne limited burst. The mask is cartoonish. He's tricky and toned down so his nonsense can fail. The sniper is patient, professional, is already looking for the highest perch in Colombia. The sniper from TF2.
Yeah.
John Kramer as Death, the End Singularity. Craven Hunter and the Predator, terrifying hunter duo. Craven brings tracking traps and human cunning. Attributes awaken separate floating plazas around Colombia. The city suspended impossibly above the clouds. White marble streets carve the golden statues. American flags snap in the wind. The skylines twist between towers that like steel and serpents. Airships drift overhead. Far below, endless blue sky. Horn screams across the city. The games begin. At the central plaza near the statue of Comstock, weapons and supplies are arranged. Bigger bottles, medical kits, skyhook tools, crank guns, shields, ropes, food, and strange Colombian machinery. Nobody charges at once. The first boost comes from the least expected tribute, the goat. It rockets forward, smashing into supply crates, sending cans, bullets, and wrenches flying across the plaza. The deputy sighs, grabs a repeater rifle, and follows. Cassandra and Sophidia move together immediately, shields raised. Cassandra takes a sword from the fountain, while Sophidia grabs a spear. Caustic and Watson grab vigor bottles and wire coils. Watson instantly starts to think about electrical choke points. Columbia has so many electrical enclosed halls, Caustic says. Watson gives him a weird look. He does not sound so happy about that. Orcs and Zaid walk instead of run. Nobody wants to block Orcs' path. Zaid grabs a rifle and a sack of ammunition. Orcs takes a heavy blade from the display stand. War as tribute Orc states. Zaid mutters, "Great, I'm partnered with the potential cultist, a poetry cultist." Real, by the way. Tom Connery and Mark use weapons like soldiers claiming a battlefield. Connery takes a carbine. Mark grabs a Mason-style axe. The orb floats above the plaza, delighted at his own importance. "Behold, frightened ones," he declares. A superior spherical intellect has entered the Black Knight interrupts with from below. "Shut up and find me a sword." BB90, I already like his fucking voice. Why does he say frightened once again?
Did he? Wait, he did?
Yeah, it says, "Behold, frightened ones. A superior spherical intellect has entered." BB90 and Grace Howard rush towards the maintenance kiosk. Grace ignores the obvious weapons, instead rips open a panel full of tools and wires. Then BB9 beats sharply. Grace nods. "Yes, security systems first, guns second." Leon, Duke, Fisher, and Eminem appear at the dock to air barge. Leon immediately grabs a pistol, checks ankles. Duke Fishhorn flops once, then launches into the air, hovering with reduced but still frightening mobility. Eminem looks over the edge of Columbia. "Man, this is the worst venture I've performed at." Worst venue, sorry. Leon doesn't look back, stay behind cover. "Do I look like cover exists for me?" No. Tanya, the masked sniper, move in strangest military unit ever assembled. Tanya takes flight for 2 seconds, then lands on a rooftop and begins barking orders. Sniper already has a rifle. The mask steals a hat from a statue and declares himself the president of Cloud America. Tanya says, "I hate this team already." I should add next time, not Kramer, Tanya, fucking Hartman, and someone else.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's all drill sergeants.
True.
John Kramer does not go for the center. He goes, XQC, goes for tools, wires, and gears. Old vending machine parts, while everyone else thinks of weapons. He says door hinges, pressure plates, and elevator mechanisms. We go to the group. Tenoja? No, this is tension. Across Columbia. By afternoon, the city divides into territories. The Garden District, Mr. Bloom, the Crooked Man disappeared from Flower Choke District. Who's Mr. Bloom?
He's a weird DC villain.
The Crooked Man stands in a crooked doorway, watching the streets from bend in heat haze. No one enters their garden. Fuse and Alex Mercer move into the industrial section full of machinery and suspended cargo platforms. Fuse starts placing charges, but Alex grabs him in the wrist. Not yet, he says. Explosions bring to everyone. Fuse stares at him. That usually is the point later. Racha and Zenyatta settle in the chapel. Where the fuck are they getting the churches? Zenyatta replies, this city is built on worship and oppression, Ramacha says. Zenyatta replies, then perhaps we should teach it what is suffering. The End and the Singularity claim a rooftop observatory. The End sets up a nest with a rifle patient as stone. The Singularity places small camera pods across vents, railings, and service lifts. Richard Traeger finds a surgical room and laughs like he's found a paradise. Nonon refuses to step inside. Nope, absolutely not. Too many sharp objects and not enough applause. Traeger turns with a grin. My dear, sharp objects are applause. She backs away. I already hate you. Everyone hates Traeger almost immediately. I love that so much.
Yep. The least likable man.
I like how fucking less people hate Chris Walker.
Yeah.
Dracula and Power take the luxurious hotel lobby. Dracula admires the red carpet. Power kicks a luncheon cart. My hair's in my eyeballs. This place is acceptable for me, Power announces. Dracula sighs. Do not shout so much. I'm Power. I shout because lesser beings must know. Nemesis enters the police station alone. The building groans. And he says, wait, he finds ammunition, heavy baton, and damaged launcher, missing most of its payload. He says one word in the empty hall. Stars! No one nearby knows what that means. As Sansa begins, nothing important. But Weldon grew die. Thank God.
Thank God.
So I'm trying to go through all this. Orcs and Zaidi meet Dracula and Power. In the Grand Hotel District, Orcs and Zaidi encounter Dracula and Power. Power immediately points at Orcs. I claim the Bone King as my servant. Orcs stares at her. Good luck with that, Zaid responds. Dracula steps between them before anything escalates. We gain nothing from fighting on unstable ground. Orcs seems amused. Wisdom from a creature of night. Power groans. Boring. They separate without bloodshed. Boring. Marco, do you add Paparaka and Lobo?
I added Parappa, yeah. And Lobo.
The other suspended Parade Street mark spots Lobo and immediately senses the fellow brute. You, Bar calls. You look like a man worth killing. Lobo. Who's Lobo from, anyways?
DC.
Oh, yeah. I think I know the character, but I just can't think of him off the top of my head.
He's badass. He's a space motorcycle.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
You look a man with killing. Lobo grins. Buddy, I get that a lot. Papa Rappa steps between them, waving his hands. Maybe we don't do this on the road. As they're floating, the street cracks beneath them for emphasis. Tom Connery grabs Malrock by the shoulders. Not now. Malrock steers but backs off. Craven the Hunter watches the Alexandrins from a balcony. The Predator crouches beside him, cloaked. Sophia suddenly turns, sensing the danger. Cassandra raises her shield. Someone's watching. Craven smells but does not attack. A worthy hunt, he whispers, but not yet. The Predator clicks softly. They vanish. Wes is watching from moving district. Ron Kramer works inside the abandoned Colombian maintenance building. He finds Skyline to find shed. He starts constructing the first trap. Not killing machine yet. A test, a message. I thought I almost said a massage. A choice. He
He's building a
paints
massage.
machine. I see you're tense. Relax. He paints one of the words on the wall in oil. Saw. What does saw even stand for? The orb
I don't think it
spends
doesn't
much
stand for
of day
anything.
two floating from district to district, insulting everyone. He calls Nemesis an overdressed meat refrigerator. He calls Esdeath an isolated with dictator posture. He calls Fuse Explosion Man's commitment issues. He calls the mask somehow worse than me. The Black Knight trails behind, increasingly embarrassed. You're going to get us killed. Nonsense, Orb says. I'm beloved.
That's awesome. He just goes around insulting people. They love me. A rifle shot from the sniper cracks past the orb and chips the wall beside him. The orb freezes. A distance ripped up the sniper and lowers his scope. Warning shot, he mutters. Taking nods. A good discipline. The orb slowly floats beyond the Black Knight. Strategic repositioning, he says. I love this so much. This shit talks people and says, I'm beloved. Yeah.
This is such a fucking me character, dude. I love this guy. Groot spends. Oh, Groot dies. That's it. Fuck
Good.
him. Chapter 2. I'm gonna get more alcohol while it loads.
All right.
No one can fall to their death and no events.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Do I
Good
have water? You're playing Bioshock Infinite? Oops, I clicked out of fucking Grok.
Grok.
Alright. I forgot to bring a glass.
Fool.
Foolish. Trust me.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me? I wouldn't either. I'm a lying narcissist.
Yep.
If you were to describe me in 2 words, it would be lying and narcissist. I know that
Correct.
for a fact. Right next to also belligerent and racist.
Also Revolver and Ocelot.
Oh, I spit out my cold tea. When you
Bugs.
don't call me Revolver Ocelot, you fucking swine.
You're right.
I like your kind, Revolver Ocelot.
What, Ocelots?
Mr. and Mrs. Revolver Ocelot. Mr. and Mr.
Mr. and Mr. Mr. Beast.
Mr. We blow some hot ass.
We're below you.
In the hierarchy, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Sí, sí, muy comprendo. The tea's almost done. This shit heats up quick, boy. Boy
This shit
wonder.
kills me inside.
This shit tears up my insides. It's acid.
It's Boy Wonder.
Boy wonder. I love Jason Todd.
Me too.
I wish I was him. Tortured.
Yeah.
Tortured and left behind.
Me too.
He's my hero.
He's my hero.
1800. He's so handsome. He's my hero. Wait a second. I hate Baby No Money.
Me too.
I hate fucking Bad Bunny even more. I can't
hate
stand the
babies
fucking look of him.
most.
Alright. God's loophole.
God's loophole. What do you want about?
What am I on about? This guy might be like, what do you want about?
Murder.
Murder? That's what you're on about?
Yeah.
You know, I know the U.S. government's listening to this, but I've always wanted to commit murder.
I know the U.S. government is listening to this. I always wanted to sprinkle water on my steak.
My steak.
Yeah.
I always want to, I know the U.S. government's listening to this. I always wanted to collect my own rainwater. I know that's heavily illegal. I think that's a felony charge in California.
It is. You can't hoard
It is?
water. Yeah. No.
What do you mean, no?
It's not.
Well, no, you're not allowed to collect your own rainwater. You have to let it seep into the ground.
Oh. So it is illegal.
I just don't know if it's a felony. That's it.
Uh,
I know damn sure it's illegal in California. In Texas, it's fine.
to all agents of Overwatch, Winston.
The fucking lunatics in Hollywood need their fucking water. They're like, yeah, we can't afford water. We can't have water. We're just gonna fill up our 50-gallon pools every single fucking day, and then
Yeah,
piss and moan that we don't have water.
kill them
Okay.
all.
Oh my god, you do not believe. Columbia wakens beneath a golden sunrise. Quiet music echoes from the hidden speakers. Flags snap in the wind. Blah blah blah. Orc sings and shouts a massive statue standing across the Columbia district. The city worships false gods, he says. Zaid checks his rifle. Every city does. Difference is this one gets vending machines and sky rails. Orcs lay torch on them. You mock what you do not understand. I mock everything that hasn't killed me. Their partnership is tense but useful. Tom Connery and Mark occupy a plaza near the founders' barracks. Mark sits on a broken statue base across his knees. This city lacks proper walls, he says. A castle in the sky still needs a castle for cowards. It's still a castle for cowards. Connery studies the roads. It has choke points, barracks, patrol routes, supply stations. It can be held. Mark grins, then we hold it. Reform the line. The deputy moves carefully through the arcade street, rifle ready. The goat, meanwhile, has climbed onto Columbia vending machine and chewing through the corners of a propaganda poster. Get down, the deputy mutters. The goat screams. Nearby turrets activate. The deputy shoots a power cord before it can fire. The goat lands on top of a broken turret and proudly headbutts it. The deputy sighs. Yeah, good job. Costigan and Watson take control of the narrow residential blocks. Watson strings electrical fences across stairwells and doorways. Caustic places gas canisters in apartments and laundry rooms. Shitty voice lines. The Frost Archie Arch walks through the shredded market district, leaving patches of frost on white tile. Lotus from Warframe calmly scans the sightlines. They encounter Esdeath near the frozen fountain. For a moment, both ice users stare at each other. Esdeath smiles. Interesting. Creature of cold. Lotus raises her hand. We do not seek battle. Esdeath studies the archer, and then Lotus, not yet. The archer growls, but Lotus guides it away. Esdeath lets them go. Inside the chapel district, Ramatra and Zenyatta continue their uneasy meditations. Zenyatta sees smoke rising in the distance. That's a real thing. Many of the preparing for violence, he says. Ramatra says, as they always were. The language they understand. And Ramatra looks down his fist. I'm prepared for the necessity. Leon leads a strange trio through the bookstore district. Duke Fishburne hovers low, sniffing moisture and cracked pipes. Eminem walks behind them, holding a pistol awkwardly but not uneasily. Eminem glances at Duke Fishburne. I gotta ask, does he understand English? Leon doesn't know. Duke Fishburne snaps his jaw at a hangy banner. That counts. They avoid fights. Fuse wants to break half the factory streets. Outburst refuses. If we blow up everything now, everyone knows where we are. Fuse traps cluster charge against his palm, or taps its cluster charge against his palm. Oops, I fucking read it wrong. If I blow up everything now, everyone is dead. Not everyone. Fuse looks at him. Alex narrows his eyes, and definitely not the ones we need dead. In an old platform hall, Scarecrow tests diluted fear toxin in the ventilation system. Alice watches from the stage, blade across her lap. You are not the only nightmare here, she says. Scarecrow turns. I know, that's why I value you, she smiles coldly. Where's Alice from?
Alice Madness Returns.
Drone Kramer has not slept inside of an abandoned maintenance building beneath a grand statue plaza. He has built the first road trap. It's not elegant yet, but it still works. 2 chairs, 2 crank wheels, 1 rotating gear press, 1 locked exit door. The speaker box with the old voxophone. Paint on the wall. Saw. John studies the mechanism with tired eyes. This city has given them height. He whispers, I'll give them choices. He waits. The orb and the Black Knight wander into maintenance district arguing. The orb floats smugly ahead. I'm telling you, my limbless and waiting companion, alliance is formed around charisma. The Black Knight grips his sword. You have none. I have spherical charm. You have the face that needs punching, nobody to punch. They enter the maintenance building because the orb spots tools and batteries, including switch. Treasure of the orb says there are locks behind them. The Black Knight churns. That's bad. The box front crackles to life. John Kramer's voice fills the room. Although you spent the entire game mocking the weak this while relying on others to carry the danger for you. Today you will learn to cooperate. Two cranks open the door. Both, if churned together, both live. If one refuses, the press activates. The orb scoffs. Oh please, I have no hands. The harness drops from the ceiling and clamps around the orb, locking him to cranked rings. The Black Knight says, "Now you've got arms, ugly one." The timer starts. It gives him arms. That's fucking badass.
True.
The timer starts. The gears begin to rotate. The Black Knight grabs his crank and starts churning with stubborn fury. The orb, however, refuses to cooperate properly. He complains, insults the craftsmanship, and insists he should be exempt because he's clearly the intellectual centerpiece of the arena. The Black Knight shouts, "Turn the goddamn crank!" The orb finally tries, but panics when the machine jerks him lower. This is unfair! I was not built for the labor. The Black Knight keeps turning. His side of the lock opens halfway. The orb side jams because he keeps fighting the harness instead of working with it. The press descends. The Black Knight strains harder, armor scraping, teeth clench. "I'm trying, you stupid ball!" And the orb's arrogance finally cracks into fear. Wait, I can cooperate. I can't. The gear presses down. The metal scrapes. Glass cracks. The orb's strange body crumples. Oh my god, I can't believe he died so early. I don't want him to die this early.
Yeah. It does suck. It was funny.
He looks back at the crushed remains. You should have used your arms. The orb crushed to death by John Kramer's saw trap. Oh please, I don't have hands. As he's forced to be given hands, almost immediately. I want to add this guy more. I fucking love the orb. Just an asshole.
He is.
Oh, find one. I am beloved.
Everyone loves me.
Fucking love this dude. Oh fuck. I want to reread this real quick. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Black Knight exits into the street, battered but alive. He immediately encounters Kinger and Dog Welder 2, who are crossing district. Kinger sees the blood and machine oil on him. "Are you okay?" The Black Knight straightens. "Fine, minor inconvenience. You're covered in scratches." "It's just scratches." Dog Welder suddenly points towards the locked building. Black Knight shakes his head. "Don't go in there." For once, nobody argues. The performance of a hall glows dim in red stage lights, torn corners, swaying draft. Scarecrow and Alice wait inside. They do not know they're being hunted. Richard Traeger, Nonon, approach through the rear entrance. Traeger has a scalpel, stolen medical saw, and a grin that looks like it's too wide for his face. Nonon whispers, "If you make this weird, I'm leaving." Traeger whispers, "My dear, survival is always weird." They slip backstage. Scarecrow notices the first round, metal tapping against wood. Alice notices the second, breathing. She stands. "Doctor," she calls into the dark. "You smell like old blood." Traeger laughs softly. "And you look like fascinating case study." Nono launches the first attack, releasing a sharp sonic burst through the stage curtains. The blast knocks Scarecrow back into the orchestra pick, sends Alice sliding across the stage. Traeger rushes her with his saw. Alice rolls aside and slashes the coat open. With a quick cut, he laughs even harder. "Wonderful reflexes!" Scarecrow rises, releasing a thin stream of fear toxin. Nonon's eyes widen as the gas hits her. For a moment, she sees the theater audience filled with dead tributes. She blasts the ventilation fans with sound, scattering the gas before it can fully take hold. Alice, however, barely reacts to the toxin. Her mind's already insane. Scarecrow only fearing sharpens the edges. Traeger lunges again, trying to pin her arm. Alice lets him get close, then she drives her blade forward up into his rib. Traeger refuses. He smells. That's not sterile. Alice leans close, neither you. He dies. No one sees Traeger dies and immediately makes the decision instantly. She fires one last stunning burst before kicking up dust and splinters in the current smoke. Then she runs. Scarecrow lets her go. Alice whispers to her, wipes her blade. He was unpleasant. Scarecrow adjusts his gloves. Most doctors are.
True.
Morning brings a different kind of danger. The Singularity expands its camera network across 3 districts. The End sits in the upper observatory watching through binoculars and waiting. Together, they have turned part of Columbia into a surveillance trap. Unfortunately, for them, Grace Howard and BB-9E have also been studying the systems. Grace nears the security console, sparks blind as she rewires the panel. BB-9E rolls beside her, beeping rapidly. I know, Grace says. Someone else has the network. A camera turns towards him. BB-9 shocks it. The camera explodes in response. Far away, the Singularity twitches. Interference detected. The end opens one eye. Prey, technician droid. Singularity begins moving. Grace and BB-9E move into the generator room filled with humming power coils. BB-9E plugs into a side terminal. Where's the end from? Trying to lock the
Metal
doors
Gear
behind
Solid
the
3.
cameras. Oh. Don't know them.
He's a grandpa in a wheelchair with really big eyeballs and a sniper rifle.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Grace and BB-9 Grace smiles despite the pressure. Good little mirror ball. BB-9 beeps proudly. Then the Singularity drops from the ceiling. Its metal body unfolds in the doorway, camera lens glowing. Grace grabs a wrench and stem pistol. BB-9 spins, taser sparking. Singularity fires a tracking shot from one of its camera pods, tagging the floor near Grace. She dives around the generator. BB-9 zips forward, shocks Singularity's leg points. The machine staggers. Grace shouts, again! BB-9 charges. The Singularity adapts. The metal tendril snaps out, catches BB mid-roll, and lifts him from the ground. Grace fires the stun pistol into the Singularity torso. It flinches but does not release BB-9E. BB-9E shrinks in binary, taser sparking wildly. The Singularity crushes the little droid against the generator casing once, twice. The third impact, the shell splits. Grace screams. Grace slams the power lever down. The generator overloads, not enough to kill, but enough to blast sparks and smoke across the room. The Singularity recoils, sensors blinded. Grace escapes to the surface hatch. Bertol and Manape move through the Hall of Heroes. Huge patriarch murals tower over them. Wax figures stare from displays. Manape persists. Is restless. This reeks of weakness, he growls. Bertol says quietly, weakness arrives when strength gets careless. Manape snorts, you hide a giant inside of you and you speak like a frightened little boy. Bertol does not answer. Above them, hidden, the hunter, Craven the Hunter, and the Predator watch. Manape hears a trap a second before it triggers. A cable snaps tight across the hallway. He jumps over it, roaring. The Predator decloaks beside him, wrist blade flashing. Manape blocks with his forearm and punches the Predator hard enough to send him crashing to the display case. Craven drops from the balcony. Spear aimed at Manape's back. Bertolt shouts, behind you! Manape turns just enough for the spear to graze instead pierce. He grabs Craven by the throat and slams. Who's Manape?
He's like, he's a Black Panther villain.
This guy looks so stupid.
Yeah. I only added him because I had a joke with one of my friends that he just worships Bertolt Hoover.
Okay.
Yeah.
He shoots just enough for the spear to graze instead pierce. He grabs Craven by the throat and slams into a wall. For a moment, it looks like the hunters are miscalculated. The Predator rises. He fires a net launcher at Manape's legs. The weighted net tangles him, dragging him to one knee. Manape rips the mesh furious. Bertolt reaches for his own hand. If he transformed here, he could kill everyone nearby. He could also destroy himself enclosed in the hallway, crush his own escape route. He hesitates. The hesitation is enough. Craven rolls free, grabs his fallen spear, and drives into Manape's exposed side. The Predator roars. The Predator falls with a wrist blade to the chest. Manape roars and grabs both hunters and nearly crushes them together, but his strength fades. He drops to one knee. Bertolt runs to him. Manape looks up, blood in his teeth. Do not waste your monster on revenge. He collapses dead. Bertolt stands frozen, hand bleeding from where he nearly triggered his transformation. Uh-huh. Alright, I'm gonna read my fucking service manual real quick a bit while it loads.
Okay.
Ah.
Ah. Ah.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. 520. I just want to make sure it's not something weird that I don't have. Whatever. Oh. Oh? Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind.
Uh, I'm just looking for car parts. That's it.
Car parts.
Sorry, this one. I'm going to American Kingdom for car parts the fucking next couple of days, and this one woman needs.
It's car parts.
Yeah, because she drives also a BMW. She drives a like a model above me, so I'm looking for two parts, but I'm looking for something specific. I will be right back. Sorry for wasting time. It's just I need to fucking. Actually, I'll read this first, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just because I want to. The Chapter 3 even fucking load? Yes, it did. I need to figure out the size of the fucking bolts. Because I'm going to probably rip it out in the morning. Or I could just do it right now. In the middle of the night.
Breaking and entering.
My own fucking car?
Yep.
Cost me $116 to fill up my car with gas. To the brim, I should state, but still fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Fuck. I'm just trying to. I got completely sidetracked with thinking about my car parts. Carhartt. I just can't trying to think. Okay, regardless. I would check after. I need to one thing at a time. Orcs and Zaid moved to the underworld. Craven the Predator preparing the second hunt. Craven the Predator relocate to the trophy museum filled with old Colombian war banners and glass case antique weapons. Craven spreads out pieces of scavenged wire, hooks, and pressure plates. The Taken King is coming, Craven says. The Predator collects. Craven smells. Yes, we would wound the mercenary first. The God King will rage. Rage blinds. Are you listening to the fucking radio? No, I'm listening to the radio. Tom, Connery, and Mark successfully turned the foundry barracks into a small fortress. Connery mapped the 3 entrances. Mark decorated doorways with smashed Patriot heads. Neither agrees on this.
Tom Connery.
The leader of the Terran Republic, I believe, from Planetside. He literally goes through a portal and he's just like, "Yep, this is time for as a colonizer." And then the Terran Republic goes through the portal and colonizes Araxis. When they go through there, the wormhole that brought them there closes, so now they're trapped. But then a bunch of insurgents called the New Conglomerate also burst out and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fucking start a rebellion to separate from you fascists." And the Terran Republic was like, "All right, that's cool. Fuck you, asshole." And then a bunch of scientists at the same time find alien technology. Like, "Yo, this shit's dope as hell. You should check this out," and just assimilate people into a greater hive mind network.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think there's like a DC villain that's very much like Brainiac. They're basically like Brainiac. There's like, check this shit out, and they just get assimilated to their side.
Yeah. Those hive minds.
Brainiac's kind of like a hive mind, right?
Kind of.
It's like a thing of like you get brought to his side by force, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's similar to. Connery mapped 3 entrances, blah, blah, blah. The deputy and the goat pass through a vending arcade. The goat's wearing a stone Columbia hat sideways. The deputy stopped trying to remove it. They find one of Fusburger's vending machines. The deputy notices just before the goat headbutts the front panel. Don't! The goat hits it. The machine splits out cans of beans, sparks violently, and releases a cloud of smoke. So now the bomb fails inside. The goat screams victorious. The deputy stares half in disbelief. Inside the residential block, caustic gas trap has grown more elaborate, too elaborate. Watson discovers a wire behind one of their own sleeping areas. She turns him hurt and angry. "You trapped our room?" Caustic adjusts the valves. "If someone breached us while we slept, it would have preserved us. It would have killed me. I calculated it." Watson, her voice is hardened. "I'm not one of your experiments." For the first one, Caustic says nothing.
I like that interaction.
Also, lore accurate, by the way.
True.
Ramacha and Zenyatta leave the chapel and move towards the garden district. Zenyatta believes Mr. Boom and Crooked Man must confront it before their territory becomes too dangerous. Ramacha believes the same thing for different reasons. They root themselves in darkness. Ramacha says, remove them. Suffer as I have. The dark garden district has changed. Vines crawl across the railings. Flowers bloom. Cracked fountains. Roots push through the marble paths. Shadow twists. Mr. Bloom kneels near the palantir, whispering something beneath the soil. They come. The crooked man murmurs, and the Bloom smells good. The garden is hungry. Grace has finished building her weapon from BB-9Z's broken part. It's ugly, improvised, and dangerous. She calls it BB-9, not out loud, only in her head. She knows Singularity is still watching.
It's just a lance. It's a shock lance. Then remains in his observatory nest. The singularity stands near the wall of monitors tracking movement across the district. Technician signals detected, it says. Then the ancient eyes narrows. The girl, affirmative. She's attempting deception. The Black Knight returns to John Kramer's maintenance district with a sword and dented shield, not and exactly no plan. He kicks open the first door he sees. Come out, machine coward. Inside the hallway is dark. The Vox machine crackles. Inside, John's voice plays calmly. You survived the first test, but because you're willing to work. Now you seek revenge for someone you claim to despise. This test is simple. Turn away and live. Continue forward and face costs of stubbornness. The Black Knight stores. Stubbornness! I've heard worse insults from better cowards. The green exit light glows behind them. The front hallway lights up. The far end of the sword on a pedestal. The Black Knight sees it and immediately walks forward. The floor clicks. The blades snap from the walls. He grunts. Not instantly fatal, but enough to slice across his armor. He grunts. Just a scratch. Another step, more blades cut to his side, minor scrape. Another step, crushing plate down on his left arm, pinning him against the wall. Huck said, I've had worse. The machine tightens, the armor buckles, bones crack, the knight refuses to scream. John watches through a hidden slit, face unreadable. Vox continues, turn back, lose the arm, keep your life. Black Knight laughs. Lose an arm? You think that will stop me? He yanks forward, tearing himself free, but mangling the limb completely. He reaches the pedestal. The sword is fake. The final mechanism activates. The heavy rotating blade. Still, a heavy rotating blade from the ceiling strikes him across the chest, throwing him into a wall. This time, it does not get up. He tries to lift his head. Let's call it a draw. He coughs up blood and dies.
Yeah.
Ramatra and Zenyatta enter the garden district. The air is damp, floor, Columbia, bright. Sky is partly black. Fucking missed the orb so much already, man. Just I'm beloved. So fucking goes hard.
True.
Mr. Bloom smells wide. Eventually, everything living. Ramatra and Zenyatta enter the garden district. The air damp, floor, Columbia's bright sky blocked. Mr. Bloom stands at the center of the courtyard. Crooked Man waits behind him, half hidden by a bent statue. Zenyatta raises his hand. We do not need to fight. Bloom smiles smile widens unnaturally. Everything living fights. Roots fight stone, flowers fight rot, men fight men. Ramatra steps forward, then fight me. Crooked Man tilts his head. The shadow around Ramatra bends. For a moment, Ramatra sees a vision of Omnics broken in the streets, human cheering over them. Zenyatta lay shattered beside him. His fist clenched. Zenyatta senses manipulation. Brother, stay present. Mr. Bloom attacks first. Vines burst from the planter, warping around Ramatra's leg. He tears through them, but more come. The Crooked Man lunges towards Zenyatta, moving in jagged unnatural bursts. Zenyatta blocks the burst of orb energy. The Crooked Man presence distorts his balance. He is not physically strong, but his movements are wrong. Ramatra shifts into a heavier combat stance and drives forward, smashing into the vines to reach Mr. Bloom. Mr. Bloom slashes him with the thorned arms. Ramatra answers with a brutal punch to the chest that cracks. The brutal punch that cracks Bloom's chest. Blech. The garden trembles. Zenyatta, meanwhile, stops retreating. He lets the Crooked Man come close. Then he releases a focused pulse of harmony energy directly into the distorted shadows around him. The Crooked Man convulses, shape flickering. Who's the Crooked Man?
He's from The Conjuring.
Oh, he's like Freddy Krueger or something?
Kinda, I think. He just looks cool.
The Crooked Man convulses, his shapes flicker. He can't handle harmony. Good. For the first time, he looks afraid. Ramatra sees the opening. He grabs Crooked Man by the throat and slams it to a base of the statue until he dies. Mr. Bloom watches his partner die, smiles, fades. You cut the wrong route, and he leaves.
Real.
Night falls. Bright and cold over the shaded market. The frost ants shark and Lotus move through the refrigerated food hall where old Columbia cooling machines still hum. It's the safest place and Ashrak has found. Unfortunately, Ezra finds it too. She enters through a door, boots clicking against the frost tile. Lotus steps forward. We can share the space for one night. As it smiles, no. The frost golem growls and moves in front of Lotus. You're not a warrior. Your weapon pointed by someone else. Lotus' voice remains calm, and you are a tyrant pretending to be cruelty is strength. As his eyes sharpen, good. I was hoping you had a spine. The duel begins instantly. As Death sends a sheet of ice spears across the floor, the frost golem, I'm just going to call it that because that's basically what it is, absorbs some of the cold, but the impact cracks his outer body. Lotus directs it carefully, left guard now. The golem slams both fists down, sending a shockwave of ice across the room. As Death skates backwards over a frozen floor, laughing. She got overpowered the golem in a raw cold, so she changes tactics. She targets the cooling machines one by one, shatters the old pipes, releasing pressurized steam from the machinery behind the walls. The room temperature swings violently, cold, steam, cold again, pressure cracking. The golem's body begins fracturing from the thermal stress. Lotus realizes it's too late. She's not fighting your ice, Lotus says. She's breaking your shell. The golem charges anyways, trying to crush Esdeath before its body fails. Esdeath waits for the final moments, then drives a concentrated ice blade through one of the large cracks of his chest. The golem freezes solid and dies. Lotus stands alone amid the ice fragments as Death raises her blade. Lotus does not flee. Instead, she throws a flash device in the warframe tech at the ground. White light fills the room as Death shields her eyes. Lotus escapes to the service corridor. So she does flee.
Yeah. She doesn't flee. She throws a flashbang and runs away.
Real. Grace returns to the generator district where BB-9E died. She intentionally left the trail. Oops. Loose wires, false camera feeds, a broken droid panel placed in the open. Singularity arrives exactly as expected. As camera eyes scans room, technician detected. Grace steps from behind the generator, shock lance in hand. His name is BB-9E. Singularity tilts his head. Irrelevant. Grace's face hardens. Wrong answer. The fight is ugly from the start. Singularity fires a tracking pod to the wall, trying to mark her position. Grace smashes it with the shock lance. It teleports short range to its camera network appearing behind her. She expects it and triggers a floor coil. The electricity surges through the metal grating. The singularity spasms. Grace lunges and drives the shock lance into its chest. The battery overloads, frying several of its internal systems, but the singularity is not dead. The blade arm punctures into Grace's side. She gasps, blood spilling onto the floor. The two remain locked together, machine and engineer both sparking and failing. Grace grabs a broken BB-9E panel from her belt and jams the singularity's exposed camera core. She triggers one final charge. The generator room erupts in electrical light. When the blast fades, Singularity lies smoking dead. Grace tries to crawl out towards the door. She almost reaches it, but the wound is too deep. Blood pools beneath her. Her hand closes around BB-9's broken panel. She dies. So both of them are dead.
Yeah.
She does fight things like that fucking Singularity daily. So it makes sense that she's the one who could kill it. And then turn the rooftop music hall into Sonic Fortress. Old Columbia speakers down the walls. Everyone comes here, gets a private concert from hell. Unfortunately, so does. Tanya the Mask and Sniper approach in 3 different directions. Tanya wants the speaker hall because it overlooks 3 districts. Sniper wants it because it's an excellent perch. Mask wants it because he saw the constructor's hat inside of it. A conductor's hat inside of it. Neonon sees them through a cracked window. Oh, absolutely not. The first sonic blast blows the front doors off their hinges. The mask cartwheels backwards, laughing. Encore! The sniper dives behind a ticket booth. Tanya takes flight in the shirt burst, enters through an upper window, and fires down at the speaker cables. Neonon redirects the sound wave upward, knocking Tanya into a balcony railing. Tanya lands hard and rolls back to her feet. Sniper lines up the shot through the broken doorway. Neonon spots the scope flash and ducks just in time. The bullet destroys the speaker behind her. How rude! The mask appears behind her wearing a conductor's hat. Mind if I join the band? Neonon blasts him point blank. He smashes through the row of seats, flattened but not dead. Groaning cartoonishly, Tanya uses the distractor to shoot the main amplifier. The sonic system shrieks. Neonon's own feedback rebounds through the halls. She staggers, bleeding. The sniper takes a shot, one clean round through her chest. She's dead. The mask slowly peels himself off the seats. Great show, a little loud. Tanya takes the conductor's hat from him. Focus. Sniper reloads in response. John Kramer. What the hell did I just read? John Kramer closes chooses to test subordinates, stubbornness, blah blah blah. Oh, there's nothing. It's just fucking statuses.
I see.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go fucking look for parts for my car. Or not parts, but I'm gonna go see if I have the things I need for my car before
Have
I
fun.
go. Like, I don't want to do it, wake up, and then look for it. I'd rather do it now.